Hello everyone, I am DV and I'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in for another all-new edition of Car Talk. Now, I just left IHOP where I had some time to burn in between loads and had some breakfast with my parents. And something happened there that seems to routinely happen everywhere it is that I go. And I'm sure a lot of you watching me right now can relate to this. And that is when strangers come up and stop and look and stare at your car. Now, we've already established in one of my previous videos that in order to be considered a true car enthusiast, if you go out to eat, you always have to sit where you have direct line of sight with your car for a number of reasons, obviously. One, to make sure it's okay. Two, to make sure nothing's happening to it. And three, if you're on a date with somebody and the date's not going well, you can just simply look out the window and find happiness in looking at your car. But one thing that just popped into my mind as I was sitting at IHOP eating my big steak omelet, which is pretty good, I have to say. And if y'all haven't been to IHOP and eaten that, trust me, you might want to have it. And this person just walks up to my car. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm not tripping, still having my omelet and pancakes sitting there in my good little breakfast bliss. And they just started, they stopped. I'm like, okay, well, good, I like that. I appreciate you looking, it makes me feel good. Then all of a sudden they started doing this. Now I'm getting a little worried, like, what the hell is he rubbing his chin for? You don't need to be, contemplating something when you're looking at my car. And then all of a sudden, he did the biggest no-no that every single person unknowingly knows that you're not supposed to do to another person's car. So he walks up to the passenger side of my car, because that's the car where my car was broken into and it doesn't have the tint, and started doing this. And I'm sitting here like, what the freak is this mofo doing? So I'm like, telling my parents, hold on a second, I gotta check what's going on. So I bolt out of IHOP. I mean, I'm running like freaking Usain Bolt in the 100-meter dash. I'm running trying to figure out what's going on with this person. So I get up to this phone, I'm like, hey, can I help you? Do you need some help? He's like, no, is this your car? I'm like, yeah, mofo, this is my car. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I was just looking at, to see what you did to the interior, like you did something to the exterior. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't did nothing to the interior. Get the fuck away from my car. And then he's looking at me like, really, sir? It's just the car, buddy. I wasn't doing anything to your car. I don't know that. Nobody in that situation would know that. And I'm sitting here like, you don't have to be a freaking rocket scientist to know not to walk up to somebody's car and just start putting your greasy ass head on the windows trying to see what's inside. That's how people get killed. And my question to each and every one of you watching me right now is, where is that happy medium where stopping and staring becomes a problem, becomes an issue? Because I don't mind if you walk up to my car and look at it and appreciate what I've done to it, but the moment you get within that 2 foot, barrier in between where you're supposed to be and where my car is, that's where I start to get worried. That's when I'm like, okay, do I need to go in the house and get the heat? Because my question for you guys is, where is your happy medium? When does too close become a problem for you? Because for me, like I said, if you're in between that 1, maybe 2 feet barrier between yourself and my car, that's when I start to get worried. And that's when I'm like, oh no, this mofo might try to steal my car. Let me go out like I did just now and try to figure out what's going on. So that is my question to each and every one of you. Where is your happy medium? Leave me some comments in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoy this edition of Car Talk. Stay tuned for the next upload.